All right, so I'm going to give you the top landing spots for Nick Foles right now. So with the offseason already pretty much starting now, Doug Pearson and Harry Roseman really talked a good deal about the quarterback position, and they're open to keeping open communication with Nick Foles and making sure that he knows everything, and it's all about what Nick Foles wants. If he wants to be the backup quarterback of the team, he's going to be the backup quarterback of the team. If he wants to start elsewhere and make some money, he's going to start elsewhere and make some money. So there's so much to do, but so little time. So Nick Foles, a Super Bowl MVP quarterback, a destination. Destinations where he can go, what to do for a guy that literally has to be put in RPO system. Just remember, if this guy is traded, if we get a steal of draft picks and players or whatever, this guy has to play an RPO system. This guy has to literally go in there, get into an RPO system, make sure that the quarterback coach is a good coach, make sure he's coached up well. There's a lot of things that go into this trade if it does happen. So I want to bring up destinations, and I want to see, I'm going to bring up some destinations right now that I think he would really, that teams really need quarterbacks. Not even just that, but the situation, the draft picks, the hada huda. So I'm going to start at I'm going to start at number 3 and go to, I'm going to go to the Cleveland Browns number 3. Now, we all know, there's some rumor going around about, maybe trading to go get Nick Foles, but that's probably not going to happen. Cleveland holds number 1 overall, number 4th overall, and number 4 overall pick in the draft. So Nick Foles going there would make, any quarterback going there would make total sense because, the Browns have been only won one fucking game since the Carson Wentz trade, or the signing of Carson Wentz, whatever you call it, drafting Carson Wentz. So honestly, they're not out of the bag. I mean, I know the Browns are open. I think their GM said today, or the ownership already said, I think today or yesterday, that they are willing to, I guess the first overall pick, they're willing to get some compensation for it if anybody wants to jump on it. So there's going to be a lot of teams probably jumping on that. So I could see that happening, But Nick Foles going there, I don't know. For the 4th overall pick, maybe, I don't know. Different things. This league does not surprise me anymore, and everyone's going to be like, well, they would never do that. Well, who fucking knows? Because the way Nick Foles looked, you put an RPO system on any fucking team, he could probably make all the receivers look pretty damn good, and tight ends. So that's probably one destination I would think, you know what, maybe there is a chance, but don't know if, if the Browns are willing to take on that. And, it's not, and he's not cheap either, He's it's not like a cheap deal to bring somebody in. I mean, but it should be cheap. Number 1, he's had Super Bowl MVP, so why should it be cheap? He's not getting paid that much by us. $5 million was definitely worth it. Was definitely worth it for us, at least. He was worth every penny. So, going into number 2, man, number 2 is hard. It's like, I can see Buffalo maybe making a move, but at the same time, I don't know if Buffalo's going to do that just because they already talked about moving up to go get a quarterback already. You know what I mean? So, Buffalo is kind of like, I'm 50-50 on Buffalo because they could try to make a move, or they can, or I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it, but they already talked about taking the 2nd pick from the Giants, trading, making a few trades with the Giants to get that 2nd pick of the draft. So I have no idea. The Bills would probably be a destination. I'm just excluding the draft right now. Be a nice destination for him. He would actually be a pretty good asset, be that quarterback over at Buffalo. But don't really know, not really going too hard on it. I could have just mentioned the New York Jets, but that's definitely not happening. The New York Jets are literally going to, they just released Muhammad Wilkerson on Wednesday, which cleared up an overall sum of $90 million in cap space, which is fucking ridiculous. They went from friggin' 70 to 90 like that. So now you already know what move they're going to make, which is getting Kirk Cousins. Another team that I could see going after Nick Foles, John DeFilippo is there, since John DeFilippo is there, the Minnesota Vikings. And you know what? They're going to try to go hard for Kirk Cousins. They're not signing any free agent. They're signing no free agent Nothing. No free agent quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater's walking. Sam Bradford's walking. Case Keenum is walking. But, you know, Nick Foles has a better chance of getting signed than Case Keenum just because he is the Super Bowl MVP, number one. Number two, Case Keenum couldn't even start any drive except one touchdown drive, which was the first drive of the game in the NFC Championship game this year. So with John DeFilippo at offensive coordinator, and then all of a sudden you have Nick Foles going to the Vikings. So a lot of things could happen, but at the same time, the Vikings are going hard on Kirk Cousins, but they're not going to if Kirk Cousins wants to win now, he's going to go to the Vikings. If he doesn't, he wants to get paid. I already heard quotes from Kirk Cousins saying he's looking for a 3 to 4 year contract so he can be on the market again. So he's only looking for a 3-4 year deal so he can be on the market and get paid. So he's being smart. It's all he's about the money right now. So I already could tell by the way he's talking to the media. He's about the money. He's not about the team. So the Jets are going to be taking Kirk Cousins 100%. $90 million in cap space. They already offered him a $150 million deal. If it's going to be a 4-year, $150 million deal, probably $80 million guaranteed. 100% probably could see it like that, but don't know. So never mind doing the top 3 fucking landing spots. I've already mentioned a few already. The number one team that I think that Nick Foles could go to 100%, okay? A team that has no quarterback, no fucking draft, barely any, a draft pick where they have the number 15th overall pick, which they're not going to get any type of quarterback, and they have nothing on the back end. They have nothing, okay? So, the Arizona Cardinals, was watching a lot of stuff about them yesterday. They got no quarterback. They got nobody. He says he likes the guys that are there, but he's just saying that because, they all fucking suck. What is he going to say that? The Arizona Cardinals are probably the one team. They got no quarterback. They're at the number 15th overall pick, which by that time, there are no quarterbacks going to be. No quarterbacks are definitely, no one's going to be around by number 15. Everybody's going to be gone. So, yeah. So, honestly, that would probably be the number one spot. Honestly, number one spot. You trade Nick Foles for the number 15th pick of the NFL draft. I don't know, because number 15, you can get a solid starter at 15, especially in this year's draft. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. As smart as they could be in the first round, the Eagles can literally take that 15th pick from the Cardinals and then literally take the 32 pick, the 32nd pick, the last pick of the first round, and trade it away and get a second round, third round, get some more picks for this year and next year, whatever it takes. Or just get a few draft picks for this year. And on top of everything else, Steve Wilks, head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, also said that he is willing to trade for a quarterback, this year. So that is something to make account of and take that with a whole grain of salt and see what that means. All right, sorry guys. So Shakes, Waddle, Fly Eagles Fly. Let me know what you think about the Nick Foles trade. Where you think a top destination would be for him, and that's it. So Fly Eagles Fly. Peace.
Fuck your bitch, get a bag from it, then I never call her. Now she tripping, going crazy, nigga. Tell her let her.